Hey everyone, so today I am filming a video that I've been thinking about for a while now. It's gonna be really tough to get through and like talk about, and obviously it's very personal, so I'm gonna try not to get like too emotional or anything. I really just consider all of you friends, and I just thought that with all the questions I've been getting and the advice that I now have to share it with you guys. I guess I've always like taken pride in being so open on my channel, and obviously from my past videos you guys know that, and Tasha knows everything. Like, she's just a very supportive friend. So thankful. My last Q&A, there was a million questions about Justin as usual, and it was like, are you over him? And I was like, you know what, honestly I'm not. All the comments were like, wow, you're strong that you're like at least able to talk about it. And I know I'm finally in a place where I'm over him and I can talk about it, and still it's not easy. We only broke up, it hasn't even been a year, it's been like 8 months, and it's so weird because it feels like yesterday, but at the same time so much time has passed. I saw Lauren Elizabeth's video about why she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, and that just like really inspired me. Justin, I don't know if you'll see this, you probably don't want to watch it. I've been really struggling filming this video because I have nothing but utmost respect for you and your family, and I really truly do care about all of you so much. At the end of the day, like, I need to take care of myself first and be there for myself. He wasn't a bad person, he was the wrong person. That is what Lauren said in her video, and I couldn't agree more. There is way more things I wish I could say, but I don't want them to come out the wrong way. But basically just like watch Lauren's video if you really want to know the things that I felt. Okay, hold on guys, so I'm just editing this video and I feel like I have to interject. I was too scared to say it when I was filming it, but I'm just gonna say it now. If anyone isn't treating you the way that you should be treated, if anyone tells you that they don't love you as much as they used to, or if you reach out to them and say that you're struggling and you just need their support and they don't respond, you don't deserve that and you don't need that person in your life. You just got to be there for yourself and stick up for yourself, and I say that later on. I know Lauren says this in her video as well, that all she wanted was her boyfriend to say, I'm here for you, I love you. If anyone ever came to me, if I had no idea who they were, if they said, I'm really struggling, I need your help, maybe you don't know how to handle or deal with someone that has anxiety, depression, whatever they're going through, all you have to say is, I'm here for you. And that's all that I needed, for him to say, I'm here for you, I love you. And I didn't get that. I also want to reiterate to you guys, this is what Tasha was saying to say. It's obvious, but you only see tiny little snippets of my life, of his life. You see an 8-minute video. You don't see 24 hours out of the day. It's kind of hard to convey everything, and you miss things, and he's not only who he was on camera, I'm not only who I am on camera, you know what I'm saying? Obviously you guys knew by the end he wasn't the happiest being on camera. He wasn't so about that. I just need someone that will be kind of more supportive of YouTube. Yeah, by the end I just really like wasn't loving myself anymore. And if you recognize that in a relationship, or I started to feel like I couldn't even be myself because I didn't know what that was, I was like, I can't do this. Also from Lauren's video, what I took away is she was saying that she was in love with the idea of love, and when she said that I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, that was so me. In high school I would just see all these people in relationships, whether it be on TV, other people in my high school, celebrities, relationship goals, you know what I mean? I'm like, I need that. I feel like there's like a pressure almost right as you find someone that you're attracted to, they're attracted to you, maybe you date, whatever, you like cling on tight and you're like, we are gonna stay together forever, we are getting married. And most of the time that's probably not gonna work out. Most people have a couple boyfriends, girlfriends before they find who they're gonna spend the rest of their life with. And I never thought about marriage with him, but I just was so in love with the idea of love that I couldn't give it up, even though by the end I knew we weren't right for each other. And I almost feel like I wasn't as sad right as we broke up because I had felt like our relationship was over for a while, if that makes sense. And you guys know, like, we are literally opposites. You're completely opposites. Like, you aren't gonna see eye to eye on things, and we were just like such different people that I don't think it could ever work. A realization finally hit me after I watched her video that I was like, wow, I'm gonna be okay without him and like moving on. And I don't know, I want you guys to know that you'll be okay without him and moving on. And I never thought that I would be okay like being single, because I was always like obsessed with the idea of love, and I thought that I had to be in love to like be happy, and I had to like have someone. But literally after watching Lauren's video, she was like, I like wasn't loving myself, so you start to pour all yourself into this other person because you're not comfortable with yourself, so you just try to smother them in love to make up for it, if that makes sense. And obviously that doesn't work with certain types of people, whatever, like if they can't accept it, so you just end up feeling like really empty and like sort of horrible. And so she was like, after we broke up, I was like, I need to so focus on myself. She got super into working out, seeing her friends and family, like the people that really matter in her life, focusing so crazy on her career. I didn't realize that until 7-8 months after we broke up. When I really knew that it like had to be over was when one of my best friends, Taylor, it was a Wednesday night, and she was like, Gretchen, you have so much love in your heart to give and he can't accept it. It just hit me so hard, and I was like, you are so right. So that was the weekend that I was like, I know we need to end things. I knew that I had to do it in person. We dated for 3 years. I wasn't going to FaceTime him. I knew we both deserved that type of respect. Lauren says in her video she wasn't loved the way that she deserved to be loved, and I don't know if I would say I deserve to be loved more, but I just want to tell you guys that if you are like me and extremely affectionate and have so much love to like pour into someone, you need someone that can reciprocate that. And if they can't, they're not right for you. You need that back, or you're gonna feel empty and horrible, like I said before. Lauren again says that you need to take care of yourself and you need to be there for yourself because no one else is going to take care of you always and be there for you. If you're not in a relationship that's bettering you and you don't love yourself, like, you should not be and you don't need to be in that relationship. I'm happy to say that I'm finally moved on with that relationship in my life. We're both good, amazing, good-hearted people, just not right for each other, which was the hardest thing for me to grasp, but I finally grasped. I guess being so close with his parents, I didn't want to film this video as well. I guess this is like feelings of mine that I wish I could have told you, but once you break up with someone, you're not supposed to talk to them anymore. And what's so crazy to me is I'm sure a lot of you are like this in your relationships, but since we dated for 3 years, I was just like, oh, we are together. Almost nothing can break us up. And obviously most relationships don't last forever. Either you're gonna break up or get married, one of the two. And I never really thought about Justin and I getting married, but right as we broke up, since I was really unhappy at the end of our relationship, I was obviously crying so much when I visited him at college and we broke up and whatever. So I was obviously so sad for like a day or two, but then I kind of had like a false sense of being okay because I was in denial for a while is what I realized. Like, this is what I'm trying to get at. It still felt normal. I knew that we were broken up, but it didn't feel like it since we weren't seeing each other at college anyway, and it didn't really hit me. And I was like, oh, other people have breakups where they're broken up, but we're different. Like, we're gonna get back together. I feel like towards the end of my relationship, I started to realize that I wasn't loving myself, which I feel like is a big thing. In a relationship, everyone says it, you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. And I know in the beginning of my relationship with him, I totally did. I started dating when we were 16, like so young. Things change from 16, junior year of high school, going into your like sophomore year of college. So beginning of sophomore year, that's when we broke up. Throughout our relationship, obviously dynamics change. We grow up, and by the end I was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, I don't love myself. We have to focus on ourselves to grow as individuals because you get so comfortable with each other and all. I'm gonna be like so honest with you guys because you're like my friends, and I'm like tearing up like so much right now. Honestly, not too long after we broke up, I was still obsessed with the idea of love, and I'm like, I need someone to make me happy. So I so quickly filled that gap. And people say that rebounds are good and they make you feel better and whatever, and I don't even know if I would necessarily call this person a rebound. I don't think I would. We were like on and off for quite some time after Justin. In a way, it's good. They can distract you and whatnot, but it's not really helping or solving anything. And Lucy, who's always there for me, obviously, I love you, Lou, she was like, Gretchen, like, I think you really need to be single for yourself. You're always worrying about other people, like doing things for them, making them happy. Like, I want you to like focus on yourself. I need you to be single. That's what you need. I know I need you, but like, it's so hard when you're just used to someone always being there for you, always talking to them for like 3 years. So again, like, I so quickly filled that gap and was treating this new person as my boyfriend, and he wasn't. It was fine, but what I really needed and I just couldn't see is that I needed to be single, and like, it's okay to be single. And I think that's what I even titled my video in the fall. And after me and this person were done this past March, it hit me so hard. I was like, I miss Justin. And that's what was so hard for me, because for 7 months I was thinking that I was okay. I was like, I'm over him, I'm fine. And I lost it. I was like, I can't do this. I miss him so much. I was reaching out to him, trying to talk to him, blah, blah, blah. You can distract yourself for so long, but until you can like confront and really try to get closure with your ex-boyfriend, especially 3 years is a really freaking long time of your life. Also, after relationships, this might be bad to say, but you only remember the good times. And I've heard this from so many people, that it's so easy to remember the good times and you don't remember the bad times and like the reasons you weren't happy and the reasons you weren't loving yourself and the reasons that you shouldn't be together. You just have to kind of put everything into perspective, and it's still like so hard and weird to talk about it, because I would just consider myself like an exception from the rule. I'm like, oh, well, I know this is usually how relationships and breakups work, but we're different. But like, we're not. Essentially, it comes down to being in a relationship with someone who is probably like one of the most important people in your life, and you're talking to them constantly all day, every day. Then in like a split second, it goes from that to you shouldn't talk to them, you shouldn't talk to their family, you shouldn't think about them, you shouldn't care about them, you shouldn't love them. And it's just such a quick, huge change that's so hard to cope with, and obviously that's the hard part about breakups. I can confidently and finally say I'm ready and happy to be single. People are like, oh, like you're in New York City for the summer, like you're excited to like meet new people, like find a new boyfriend, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want anyone new right now. I want to focus on myself and be selfish. When you're 20 years old, that's a time to be selfish and focus on yourself, focus on your career, have fun with your friends. I'm living with 3 of my amazing friends from BU. We have such a fun time, and I think that those are like more important life experiences than just filling the gap of a boy with a boy that isn't right for you. And I just know that I'm such a loving, loyal, caring person that I can't be in a relationship unless I'm totally 100% feeling, totally can pour my heart into them, if that makes sense. So I just think that I will be single for a while, and I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to focus on what being single entails, focus on my career. Like I'm here for my internship, and it's probably like the best thing I've been doing in my life, working on YouTube and surrounding myself with really great friends. And people say love comes when you least expect it, like it always falls into place. I just feel like that's always the case. I'm not saying that Justin and I will never be back together. Do I think realistically we will, in the way our personalities are right now and how we've grown? I don't see us together, and I don't think that will work. And another thing, Tasha's like, don't you get upset that so many people every day people bring up him? I'm not mad that people always ask me about him, because I 100% understand. He was obviously a huge part of my life. I know that it is such like a personal thing, and people just really strive to like understand relationships, and I totally understand that. I love watching like boyfriend tag videos or couple vlog channels. Those are like the best to watch. Like me and Tasha always watch Aspen and Park, you know, it gets so interesting watching couples, and so I so understand that, and I so understand why everyone's asking. But at the same time, like, we did break up last September. It's really sad to cut them out, but I don't want to like cut him and cut his family out of my life. I just think that right now we need to focus on ourselves, and I know down the line we'll be friends. I really do hope that, because we could have a really great friendship. I think it just takes a really long time for exes to be friends again, because obviously you were once in love and you once cared so much about each other, and that needs to switch to friendship, which is obviously hard. There is plenty of fish in the sea, and I always thought that I would need more experiences and have more than one boyfriend. You can get over your breakup, you can focus on yourself and be selfish and start loving yourself and be so proud of yourself. You just have to prioritize yourself and put yourself first, and that's finally what I did when I realized I knew that we couldn't be together anymore. Because am I happy right now? If I'm not happy, what are we doing? Like, I just thought, like, what are we doing together? I can honestly say that all my friends and the people that I'm close with, I love so much, and they push me to be a better person. So if your boyfriend, if your girlfriend isn't doing that, you don't need to be with them. I'm a single Pringle. I'm going to stay that way for a while, and I know it's going to be a while before I let like another boy in, and that's okay. But leave your guys' comments and questions down below. I'm going to try to reply back to as many as I can. To anyone that is watching this that is in our personal lives, just know that this is so hard, because I don't want to burn any bridges or any relationships or make anyone think of me in any sort of way in my personal life. But I want to be able to be so open and so honest with my subscribers, because you guys are always there for me, and I want to like help you out when you need relationship advice, and I have experiences that can help with that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.